Namaste everyone. Welcome back to our series on Vedic Astrology. Before we begin, I would like to express my deep gratitude to all the Indian sages and my gurus who have brought this profound wisdom of Vedic Astrology into our lives. Today, we'll look into the intriguing mystery surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo's birth time. Ronaldo is not only celebrated as one of the greatest football players in history, but is also an icon whose life events and career milestones have been watched globally. However, a debate persists within astrological circles due to conflicting birth time reports. Some sources, including his family members, suggest he was born at 10:20 am, while his birth certificate claims it was 5:25 am. This discrepancy might seem minor, but in Vedic astrology, even a few minutes can significantly alter the planetary influences in one's chart, impacting life events and personal traits. So, in this video, we are going to analyze both possible birth time through the lens of Vedic astrology to determine which is the correct one. This process is known as birth time rectification. You can also apply the similar process and techniques to your birth chart if you are unsure of your own birth time, particularly if your ascendant is changing within few minutes. Now let's dive in and find out which birth time resonates with Ronaldo's remarkable life. According to 5:25 am birth time, his ascendant would be Sagittarius, and according to 10:20 am birth time, he would be Pisces ascendant. So let's compare key life events and personality traits in each of these charts to see which aligns more closely with his life. So let's start with sports inclination. To analyze someone's natural inclination towards sports, especially as a profession, we look for a strong connection between the ascendant, the third house, or the third house lord. Let's break down how each birth time reflects this in Ronaldo's chart. So the Pisces ascendant, which is happening at 10:20 am, with this ascendant, the third lord Venus being exalted and is positioned directly in the ascendant along with Mars, which is the planet often associated with athletics and physical prowess. This combination suggests a natural aptitude for sports as Mars energizes physical activities and infuses Ronaldo's approach with determination and stamina. This connection is a strong indicator of athletic potential. So now let's check the Sagittarius ascendant, which is the 5:25 am one. So in this, the third lord Saturn aspects the ascendant lord Jupiter and the 10th lord Mercury. So that's it. There is no direct or strong connection between them. It's only one side aspect from Saturn. So based on this, the Pisces ascendant appears to support a more active sporting life. Also, because there is no Mars involvement here. We definitely need Mars involvement when we are talking about sports and athletics. Now let's check something else. So what are some of the key characteristics of Ronaldo? So one of the first things that stands out is his highly competitive nature. Ronaldo is famously competitive and driven, known for his intense desires to win. He works tirelessly to be the best on and off the field. This competitive spirit of his fuels his rigorous training, self-discipline, and continuous quest for improvement. So let's see which chart better aligns with this quality. So in competitive sports, success often depends on having an edge over opponents, which is represented astrologically through connections between the 6th house opponents and the 11th house achievements and gains. Now let's examine these connections in each chart. So for the Pisces ascendant, here the 6th lord Sun is positioned in 11th house with Jupiter, the ascendant lord, and also the ruler of career, which is the 10th lord. This potent alignment points to a profession marked by intense competitiveness and a strong drive to win, because this is also connected to the career lord. Now in the Sagittarius ascendant, in contrast, we don't see a strong relationship between the 10th lord Mercury or ascendant lord Jupiter and Venus, which is the lord of 6th and 11th houses. So there is a connection between the 10th lord and the ascendant lord, but it is happening in the 2nd house, and there is no connection with either 6th lord or 11th lord. Here in this, for this ascendant, Venus happens to be both 6th lord and 11th lord, and there is no connection between them. So this absence of direct interaction makes this chart less compelling in terms of Ronaldo's competitive drive. Compared to the Pisces chart, where Jupiter and Sun directly enhance his ambition. Based on this factor, the Pisces chart aligns again better with Ronaldo's intensive competitive nature. Now let's look into children's birth factor, as these naturally occurring events are constant and unaffected by external influences. Significant life events like these are key in birth time rectification process. To analyze these, we'll use Gemini system, which shifts periods based on the ascendant, unlike the Vimshottari Dasha system, which relies on the moon's nakshatra or the constellation lord. That's the reason why I chose to use Gemini system here, through which we can easily find out which is the right ascendant. So we have observed that most of Ronaldo's children were born during the major periods of Cancer, irrespective of the time of birth. So let's analyze which birth chart emphasizes Cancer's strength in relation to childbearing. So let's start with again Pisces ascendant, the 10:20 a.m. chart. In the D1 chart, Cancer is the 5th house, both from Putrakaraka, which is Mars, and the ascendant itself. With the moon, Cancer's lord, sitting in Cancer, it makes this house exceptionally strong and indicative of having many children. This could be one of the reasons why Cancer Dasha or the period has brought a lot of children in his life. And also we should check D7 for children. So in the D7 divisional chart, Cancer falls in the 9th house and receives an aspect from the moon. So this also, again, it's a reinforcing its connection with children and indicating a supportive energy for family expansion. Now let's check Sagittarius ascendant. In the D1 chart, Cancer is the 5th house from Putrakaraka, so it still satisfies. However, in the D7 chart, Cancer lacks significance for childbirth as it falls in the 6th house and doesn't connect with the 5th lord or the Putrakaraka or 5th house or Jupiter. So even in the kids factor analysis, the Pisces ascendant at 10:20 a.m. seems to provide a better alignment with Ronaldo's experience of family life. Lastly, let's address the issue of Ronaldo's relationship with his father, which has been marked by emotional distance and challenges, and he also lost his father at quite an early age in his 20s. Let's analyze this through astrology. So, if we consider his as Pisces ascendant, which has been till now in all the different factors we considered, so Saturn's presence in the 9th house, which governs the father, often signifies emotional distance or difficulties in the father-son relationship. It could also point to the loss of father at an early age or some form of separation. This has been given in lot of Shastras. So in conclusion, after thoroughly analyzing the various factors, it appears that Pisces ascendant with the 10:20 a.m. birth time offers a more fitting astrological explanation for Cristiano Ronaldo's life, career and personality. The strong connection between the 3rd house, the presence of Mars in the ascendant, his competitive nature and his intense drive to win aligns perfectly with his legendary sports career. The powerful alignment of the 6th and 11th houses further underscores his inherent competitiveness and professional success. Additionally, the analysis of family dynamics, the birth of his children, and the emotional distance from his father is more clearly reflected in the Pisces ascendant. So, thank you for joining us in today's episode of our Vedic Astrology series. We hope this deep dive into Ronaldo's birth chart has provided valuable insights into the process of birth time rectification and the subtle influences of Vedic astrology. Perhaps you now have a better understanding of how these techniques can be applied to your own birth chart. For instance, if your ascendant is at 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degrees, that means your birth time is just 5 to 10 minutes off than the previous ascendant. So there you could apply these kind of techniques and rectify your birth chart. So hope this video has helped you, and stay tuned for more such astrological explorations. See you in the next video.